in the field of economics. Professor Mathur is widely respected across academic circles. He has been recognized with the prestigious awards such as the APJ Abdul Kalam Award, the Sarvapalli Dr. Radhakrishnan Award, and the Excellence Award by the National Human Rights Commission. He is also an integral part of the National Academic Reform, serving on the Committee on Academic Bank of Credit, an initiative by the Ministry of Education that is reshaping student mobility and academic flexibility in India. Beyond academic, Sir is also a renowned soft skill trainer and consultant. Currently serving as the sixth president of our esteemed university, Professor Mathur has been a pillar of a wisdom, guidance, and a strength. Under his leadership, Vivekanand Global University continues to thrive, upholding its commitment to education, innovation, and empowerment. Sir, with these words, I now invite you to address our learners and bless them with your inspiring thoughts. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja. I would request that please bring that PPT to show so that I can begin with that PPT.
Sure, sir.
Please run that PPT. So, dear learners, good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of Vivekanand Global University and on my own, I extend a very hearty welcome to all the learners and viewers of this program. This is Abhivadan program, which is an induction ceremony of January 25 batch of online students who are in various courses, who have joined in various courses, who have shown their faith in Vivekanand Global University. Friends, the Bagaria Education Trust runs various institutions. Initially, Swami Vivekanand SKIT was started by this trust, and then later on, number of organizations were started. The SKIP, MEC, VIT, VGU, VTS, Shiksha Karni, Gramothan Vidyapith, Nagore, SKIT. But beyond education, the Gramothan, skill development, water and soil conservation, energy efficiency, these have been the social concerns of Vivekanand Global University. तो सामाजिक सरोकारों से ये विश्वविद्यालय जुड़ा हुआ है हमेशा और उन सामाजिक सरोकारों को नहीं छोड़ा है इस विश्वविद्यालय. नेक्स्ट पीपीटी प्लीज. This is our board of governors. You see Dr. Lalit K. Pawar, who is former bureaucrat, a very great bureaucrat, retired IAS Lalit K. Pawar. He was also Vice Chancellor of Skill University. He is our chairperson. Dr. K.R. Bagaria, he was member of the Rajasthan Public Service Commission, a chartered accountant by profession. He is the vice chairman of our organization. Sri Anil Bafnaji, who is chartered accountant, he is member and chairman, Vivekanand Institute of Technology, Jaipur. Me as the vice chancellor of the university or president of the university. Professor Dr. Sandeep Sancheti Sahab, who is vice president of research, relations and academic affairs in Elsevier, India. He has been director of NIT Surathkal and vice chancellor of many universities. And even many organizations are alive in the town because of him. He is a very vibrant personality. Professor B.R. Chahar, Institute Chair, Professor and Professor of Civil Engineering at IIT Delhi. He is at our board. Professor Dr. M.P. Punia, Professor Department of Mechanical Engineering, MNIT Jaipur. Presently, he was also vice chairman of the AICTE. He was director NATAR, Chandigarh. Presently, he's in a group of institutions at Haryana. Mr. Dr. Adya Kumar, Professor and Dean, Alumni Relations, BITS Pilani, Professor Dr. Ramesh Loganathan, Professor, Co-Innovator, Innovations Research at Hyderabad, and Professor Dr. Vandana Agrawal, who is Professor of Mathematics in our university. This is the constitution of our board, and they are all great personalities. And time to time, in the meeting of the home, they used to guide us, and this institution is flourishing because of their advice and their consultancy. Next PPT, please. This is university's vision and mission. Vision is what we aspire for, and mission is our action plan. So to become a university with commitment to excellence in education, research and innovation, aimed towards human advancement, that is our vision, and the action plan is facilitate holistic education through knowledge sharing, skill research and entrepreneurial development, integrate academic and industrial collaborations towards nation's development, and mentor the students physically, mentally, and then emotional, secular, and spiritual attributes to become a valued human resource. This is our vision and mission, and we believe that we will, in very short period, we will get our vision. We will reach and attain our vision. Next PPT, please. Now, VGU is a truly global campus. When I say truly global, university means it is dedicated, it is dedicated uniform as a mark of oneness, celebration of regional festivals, equal opportunity to participate and grow, international student cell to support students, and then a student exchange program with multiple foreign universities. And we have a number of foreign students in our university, and they come from different countries. And we have even within the country also, the diversity is there. And this diversity is our USP, which this diversity we are taking advantage of diversity in the form of inclusion. Next PPT, please. There are a number of faculties, total number of faculty members in the university is 397, and there are around 16 faculties, 20 departments, and around more than 60 courses in the university. The number of students in the university, the regular students are around touching to 10,000. Their online students are also touching to 9,500. So there are regular students, there are online students, there are distance learning students. So the university is flourishing like anything in a very short period of time. We have engineering technology as a faculty, journalism and mass communication, agriculture, basic and applied sciences, architecture and planning, pharmacy, faculty of pharmacy and paramedical sciences, faculty of physiotherapy and occupational therapy, humanities and social sciences, law, design, management, computer science and applications, international trade and commerce, hospitality, Center for Distance and Online Education. These are the number of faculties running various courses in the university. Next, please. Now we have recognition from various organizations, national organizations, University Grants Commission, Bar Council of India, then QS Asia ranking of the university is in the band of 681 to 700. We are NAC accredited A+, Pharmacy Council of India, Council of Architecture, Association of Indian Universities, Institute of Town Planning, and then Town Planner of India, ICAR, and All India Council for Technical Education. So we are recognized almost from all important bodies of the nation. Next PPT, please. Regarding other acknowledgements and accolades, SOCHM, Ministry of Education, Government of India, CSIR, DD, MNRE, Government of India, WF then, and then Development Commissioner Handicraft, they all recognize us for our activities. Next. If you look at the university's growth from between 2013 to 2025, and this period is nothing, it is 12 years period. And there were 5 clubs, now there are 25, programs were 18, now 74, departments were 7, now 21, and the faculty, this is not the number of faculties, this is faculties. We are having different faculties like law and agriculture and MBA and management, etc. They were 3 only in 2013 and now they are around 16. So this way the university has grown, not arithmetically but geometrically it has gone up. The other facts are that incremental improvement over 5 years, growth in number of students over last 5 years, it is around 4 times growth, and then rising percentage of enrollment for girls candidates. That is becoming our USP in times to come, because girls candidates number is rising like anything. And then increment in need cum merit scholarships. That is our USP. Next. This year, 3 law students of our university, 3 alumni, they have joined the Rajasthan Judicial Services. You can very well see all the 3 girls. So my claim earlier in the earlier slide I was making, it has come true in the law faculty that we have given 3 judicial officers to the Rajasthan government. Mamchi Sharma is one, then Karina Kala is another one, and then Srishti Prasad is the third one. Next. They are our proud alumnus. Rizwan Ali in the Indian Army, Masood Desai, contact specialist at USAID, Washington, D.C., Ashu Gupta, founder, design 20 occupancy, annual revenue 5 crore around. Then Ritik Sankhala, Gazetted Officer at Government of Rajasthan, Anup Patel, data scientist, specialist, MasterCard, his package is around 18 lakhs. Next PPT, please. They are again our proud alumnus, Akhil, then Nandita Sudha, then Harpreet Singh, Tasdeva, and then Shakib Anjum Malik, and then Abhishek Krishnia. They are proud alumnus of the department of the university, Vivekananda Global University. They have brought laurels to us. We are thankful to them. Next PPT, please. Now you see, it is in the fitness of the things that today we have invited Mr. Harshil Mathur, who is co-founder and CEO of Razor Pay. Now, Mr. Harshil Mathur is a product of IIT Roorkee, and at the age of 23, when he was too young, he created, his creation is Razor Pay in the form of Razor Pay. And when you create something, it means something is bothering your mind. And probably something started bothering his mind. He was struggling with crowdfunding. Why there is some noise? He was struggling with crowdfunding program, and then there were certain obstacles in the program, and that obstacle resulted into, because these obstacles bothered these 2 friends, Shashank and Harshil Mathur, and that resulted into creation of Razor Pay. And Razor Pay is a payment gateway. You all must be knowing, because you must be depositing your fee through Razor Pay. So it is business to business and business to consumer payment gateway. And very soon, this Razor Pay became it became unicorn in the country. In a very short period of time, it was established in 2014 in Bangalore, and then later on in 2020, it became the unicorn. And you all know that unicorn means the $1 billion company. तो ये जो युवा अरबपति है शशांक और हर्षिल माथुर, ये ऐसे ही नहीं बने अरबपति। जो कुछ इन्होंने अपना स्ट्रगल किया है, जो 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 झोंका है अपने आप को, जो शिक्षा इन्होंने पाई आईआईटी रुड़की में, उस शिक्षा का परिणाम है कि आज ये युवा अरबपति आपको देखने को मिल रहे हैं। और इन्होंने Basically, what Herschel says, because Herschel says that identify the unsatisfied needs of the people. Because the society is facing the unsatisfied needs. And if you are starting a startup, then you should identify those unsatisfied needs. And then after identifying them, provide them a solution. How these needs can be solved, how these problems can be solved. Convert them into a product, bring it to the society at a cheaper cost. Then only you can be successful. And the successful people, even Darwin says, it is not the most intelligent people who are successful. It is not most strongest people who are successful. The species which are successful are most those who are flexible and those who are adaptable to change. So, learners, please learn that you should be adaptable to change. You should be flexible. Then you will survive. And the success lies in that you must break your comfort zone. These people have broken their comfort zone for the society, and that's why they are at the top. Many people fail in life not because they lack energy, but they fail because they are not able to centralize their energy around a particular central goal. So centralize your energy at a central goal and then solve the problems of the society, identify their unsatisfied needs, then find out their solutions and then make a product out of that. Then you can be a successful entrepreneur. So comfort zone has to be broken. Now, when you break a comfort zone, there is a pain. But we forget that the gain lies in the pain. If you want gain, then gain only will come when you will have the pain of the comfort zone. And Harshil Mathur, who is the Razorpay CEO, they have broken their comfort zone. That is the result that now they are known. They earn through transaction fee only. They make the transactions through paid in the fintech sector, and the transaction fees gives them 7-10 crores every year. That is the profit of these companies. And they are, if you look at their worth, they have 8,000 crores worth. Razorpay has 8,000 crores worth now today. And they have merged number of companies. They have merged and acquired various companies. Thai Watch and Carlac and Azitep, Postwine, as a client, and then Terrafin, Opfin. These are the number of companies of various countries that they have merged in their Razorpay. So mergers and acquisitions are the order of the day in Razorpay. And they have been able to do that. They have been able to get the funds from 37 investors in 11 rounds, and now it has gone up to 8,000 crores. And very soon, the IPO of Razorpay, you will see that IPO of Razorpay is coming. So basically, there are steps in creativity. And the first step of creativity is preparation. That you must be able to bother about something. Do you bother about something? Something should intellectually make you restless, that you are finding the answers for certain questions. And then second stage is incubation, because the solutions of the problems doesn't come instantaneously. It takes time. So you need to incubate. You need to take rest. And then thirdly, the intimation that success is in your way. Now you know where to go. आपको रास्ता पता चल गया है सफलता की तरफ जाने का. And the fourth stage is illumination. कि आपकी आंख में चमक आ गई है कि you have cracked the jackpot. That is the eureka moment of your life. मिल गया, मिल गया. And normally the good solutions come to your mind when you are not in a position to receive them. So good ideas come at a very bad time when you are driving or you are dining, but they remain in your subconscious. So whenever the good idea haunts your mind, please note it down. Keep the plate, stop the car and stop the driving, and then note it down so that it can be retrieved, it can be taken back, or it can be worked on later in the later situation. The idea of you must have heard about Archimedes. He got an idea of his problem solution when he was in bathtub, and he shouted, "Eureka! Eureka! Eureka! Mil gaya! Mil gaya! Mil gaya!" That his body was entering the water, and the water was being displaced. And then he thought, "This displaced water is the volume of my body. This way I can solve my problem of finding out the mass of the irregularly shaped object. So this illumination works, and then final stage is verification, that you have to verify the idea, that whether this idea works or if the idea doesn't work. So you have to take work on that idea. Things are changing very fast. Times are changing. Now there is, in our time, people used to say, Guru Govind dono khade kaake lagu paaye. Or Balihari Guru aapki jo Govind diyo dikhaye. Whatever our Guru used to say, we used to believe. But now there are many Gurus. Now there is Guru, then there is Google, then there is ChatGPT, then there is GPS system. जीपीएस भी डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुंचा देता है, जैसे गुरु पहुंचाता है, जीपीएस भी आपको रास्ता बताता है, जीपीएस भी आपको डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुंचाता है. Then AI has come, then chatbots have come, and there are many gurus now. Now you have to be very cautious that whatever information flood is coming to you, how to convert it into, interpret it into the wisdom. Because wisdom and information is different. And that's why we need teachers and mentors in our life. Mentors, your teachers are the good mentors. And please believe your teachers because they are good mentors. Google can give you information, AI can give you information, chatbots can give you information, but your work is that you have to interpret that information in such a way that it converts into wisdom and it benefits you in times to come. So things are, as I was saying, that things are changing very fast. And Thomas Friedman has written a book, Word is Flat. And Word is Flat says that there are 10 important changes which have made this world flat. We have been taught in geography that the world is round, but the world is no more round. It has become flat now after globalization. Though the Trump is again bringing the protectionism and the globalization is going. But the things have changed. The impact of globalization has already come. That cannot be converted. So the first change is the new age creativity. That there are borders, but there are no boundaries on the borders now. You just make a mail and you can connect. The Herschel's father is sitting here and is connecting with us. He is sitting in Canada. So there are no boundaries now. The new age creativity is the first important change. Then second important change is the new age connectivity. There is death of distance. Where is the distance? Virtual distance is zero. The online, the university is on the online now. University is in the air where the infrastructure is required. Infrastructure has become the myth because we are teaching you online. So this is another important change, new age connectivity. And the third important change is workflow softwares. Men used to talk to men, but now you can talk to machine. Machine can talk to man. Machine can talk to other machine. This is through softwares. That is the third important change. And the fourth important change is that the supply chain management is there. Logistics changes are there. And this MBA supply chain is another area which has come up. And then outsourcing. पहले प्यासे को कुएं के पास जाना पड़ता था, कुआं प्यासे के पास आ जाता है. The jobs are coming from America to India, America to China, and India is beneficiary of those jobs. Then insourcing, offshoring, these are another changes. Then uploading is another change. We used to upload. We didn't have this facility of uploading, but your generation is having this facility of uploading. Downloading is another facility. हमको तो अपनी मार्कशीट की भी कॉपी करनी पड़ती थी बैठ के पेन से. अब फोटो स्टेट कॉपी हो जाती है, 100 कॉपी 1 सेकंड में हो जाती है. हमें 3 घंटे लगते थे. So offshoring, outsourcing, insourcing, these are another important changes which are complex. Then there are search engines, you can search any damn thing. We never had this facility with us. There are search engines available. Then not only search engines, but the uploading is also possible. And then not only uploading, but there are digital steroids also. That now you are giving 3 hours to net, then your wife is suffering or your daughter is suffering. So बेहतरीन को पाने के लिए बेहतरीन छूटा जा रहा है बेहतर को पाने के लिए, क्योंकि हम बहुत सा समय स्क्रीन पर खराब कर रहे हैं. and our family members are suffering because of that. तो ये 10 ऐसे बड़े बदलाव हैं, right from new age creativity to new age connectivity, then how workflow softwares, then logistics, the supply chain management, outsourcing, insourcing, offshoring, and then search engines and the uploading and the digital steroids, which have made this world flat. दुनिया अब समतल हो गई है, दुनिया अब गोल नहीं है. Thomas Friedman says this. And what is the impact of this? That the economic power is tilting now from Western countries to the countries which are Eastern countries like BRICS, the Brazil, Russia, China, India, South Africa. The power is shifting to this side. So I think I have spoken sufficiently on this, and I welcome all the new entrants in the online education. They have come, joined various courses of our universities. They have shown their faith in us. With this, I close my address by saying हमको नई रविश के हल्के जकड़ रहे हैं और बातें तो बन रही हैं, घर उजड़ रहे हैं, पुरानी और नई रोशनी में फर्क सिर्फ इतना है कि उसे कश्ती नहीं मिलती, इसे साहिल नहीं मिलता. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, Dr. Professor Nandy Mathur, sir, for your inspiring work. Your presence always adds meaning and depth to every initiative we take at VGU. On behalf of my learners and the entire CDOE, I convey my deepest gratitude for your guidance and blessing. Thank you so much, sir. And now I would like to inform all the members who joined the session that Herschel sir father joined us. So thank you so much, sir. It is really an honor that you have joined us today. All
Can you
right.
open your video? RG Mathur Saab, can you open your video? Please open your video. Where are you? We are not able to see you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I welcome RG Mathur Saab on behalf of Vivekananda Global University. He is sitting in Canada, but he requested me that I want to see the program. So we have just sent him the link and he has joined us. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Whether Harshil Mathur Saab has joined or not, or should I ring him?
No, sir. He joined us.
He has joined. Yes,
Yeah.
just joined.
Yes, sir.
Just joined.
Yeah.
Welcome, Harshil. Welcome to Vivekananda Global University. On behalf of this university, on behalf of my own, I extend a very hearty welcome to you. I was just, मैं आपकी तारीफ में कई कशीदे अभी पढ़ रहा था थोड़ी देर पहले. I wish that you should have been there, but I must repeat something about you, that Mr. Harshil Mathur.
I heard, sir, I was here.
Yeah, Mr. Harshil Mathur has joined us, and I thought that the younger minds are there and they need motivation. And who could have been the better person like Harshil Mathur, who could motivate you, a successful personality, and a person who has very soon created the institution like Razor Pay in a very short time, which became the unicorn. And I think I don't want to be in between you and him now. And we should listen to him on building the limits, the building beyond the limits, and then that kind of mindset of disruptors. And let us listen to the story from the horse's mouth. Thank you. Please welcome.
No, thanks a lot. Thanks for that amazing welcome. And I heard the entire talk that you gave. It was very inspiring and gave a very good direction, not just to the students, but also I got to hear a lot of learnings for myself.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be here, addressing a new batch of bright young minds. I think a lot of folks here are at the threshold of a new journey, and I thought I'll share some of the learnings that I've had of building Razorpay, learnings that I've had, things that I have learned, things that I have grown on, and maybe there are some learnings for folks here. Maybe they get to build some of those things at some point of time. So I think as one of the founders and CEO at Razorpay, I've had the privilege of witnessing an idea turn into a rocket ship. And while that's what is visible from outside, internally, it's generally not as easy. There are a lot of complications, a lot of pain points, and it takes a long time to get there. I think just 10 years back, this was just an idea. And when we started with thinking about building something like Razorpay, I don't think we ever started by thinking that, hey, we want to build this big, large company or a unicorn or a decacorn or where it ends up being. But it was just a problem, a simple problem that we wanted to solve. And the idea was, how can we solve the problem for some people, as Andy sir said, that finding a problem that some people have and how do we go about solving that. So the starting of the journey was very simple. Both me and Shashank were techies by background, and we were working in large MNC jobs. We used to have a lot of free time in evenings and weekends, and we didn't really know what else to do with those at that time. So we used to spend our evenings and weekends coding. And we were building on a side project, as I mentioned, we were building a social crowdfunding platform, and we wanted to accept payments for it. And we went about by the normal process and tried to get through by accepting payments. We went to all the large companies, all the large banks, and we realized it was very painful to accept digital payments in India as a business. This is 10 years back. Digital payments were still growing, startups were still coming up, and most startups in India started by accepting cash because it was easier to accept cash in India than to accept digital payments. And that made no sense to us. We felt that this looks obviously broken. Why is nobody solving it? And in a true techie mindset, we thought, how hard could this be? So we started spending a lot of our time and effort in figuring out why is nobody solving this. And we were both completely from non-finance background, non-banking background. So it took us a lot of time to understand even the process by which digital payments work. How do you go about solving it, or how does somebody accept it? But the more and more we read about it, the more we got convinced that this is a problem that needs solving. Because this is 2014, startups were coming up in the country, a lot of digital companies were coming up, and payments is a base technology, right? Like, so you can't have social media, you can't have video conferencing and so on without internet. Similarly, you can't have commerce on internet without payment. So payments is like needed as a base technology to build anything to do with commerce. So whether it's buying something on e-commerce, buying securities, getting lending, anything you want to do where money exchanges hands, you need digital payments. And that seemed like a very unsolved problem. So that was how we ran into this problem. It took us a lot of time to start building anything in that space. So unlike a lot of internet companies, payments and finance is a space where you can't just build something in your laptop and deploy. You need bank approvals, you need licenses, you need certifications. So we had to spend a lot of time figuring it out. I remember I personally would have met almost 100 plus bankers before we got the approval to start Razorpay. And those were all not good meetings. A lot of the first meetings that we had with bankers, they just rejected us that you are completely from non-finance background, you guys don't know what you're doing, and you can't build in this space like that. And we got a lot of rejections, but we kept spending a lot of time in figuring that out and finding what is the right way to get there. And we didn't care about the 100 rejections that happened from bankers. We knew that we needed just one approval to get through. So one of the important aspects of a disruptor mindset or a startup mindset is having a very close passion for something. And for us, we had a very strong, very, very deep passion about technology and problem solving. And when we hit upon this problem of digital payments for businesses, we felt that we resonated with this problem a lot. And we started spending a lot of time talking to businesses. How do they go about solving it? How do they accept payments? And the more time we spent on that, the more we got convinced that this is something that needs to solve. So we built a very deep passion. And in spite of a lot of challenges and things that you might have, like passion can be a big driver to continue to motivate you. So when we face these bankers and banker rejections and so on, this passion is what kept us going and made us feel that, hey, no matter how many rejections we face, this is a problem that we need to solve no matter what. The second big thing was conviction. Uh, Razorpay wasn't born a unicorn on day one. In fact, we didn't really know about startups, unicorns, anything like that when we started Razorpay. Our early days was all about conviction in the vision. That we spent a lot of time talking to people. We spent a lot of time talking to folks who were either could be customers or could be advisors to this, to get feedback on what we were building and is this valuable. And we spent a lot of time tinkering and making the idea better. And that built a lot of conviction in us that no matter what happens, we have to solve this problem. So I think going back to the topic that has been said today, right, like building beyond limits, the two or three things that are important to build beyond limits. I think first is thinking from first principles. And I think a lot of times when you see things the way things are done in the world, you just go about by accepting the way things are. I think the first question is, for the first mindset is thinking from principles. Why does it happen this way? Why is something being done this way? So when we ran into online payments and we realized everyone was having a lot of problem with it, the first question we asked is, why is it this painful? Why is nobody solving it? Why is everybody doing this with a painful way? And I think having that ability to challenge the status quo, that questioning why something is being done, I think that's the first step to building something. That just that general unhappiness with why is this painful, why is this complex, is really important to just get started, right? So you don't say take anything as given. You don't say, hey, this is the way things are done. But you start questioning why the certain systems work this way, why certain assumptions are taken this way, why certain processes are run this way. And most successful businesses in the world are built with the simple question: why is nobody making this easier? The second thing is taking constraints as a fuel. A lot of people get restricted by, okay, you can't do this because this is how this is. So, for example, an asset that we wanted to build in this space, a lot of people told us that you can't build in this space as a techie. You need to be from the finance background, you need to be from the banking background, you need to be from that ecosystem. And I think just taking those constraints as a challenge, that hey, how do you go about it? Because constraints are part of any business journey, any startup journey. Lack of funding, lack of resources, tough market conditions, lack of customers, everything. They, like every business faces one or the other of these challenges all throughout their journey. The idea is, how do you take these constraints not as a roadblock and say, hey, this is an issue and I don't think we can move beyond it, but finding ways around them. Even going back, like one of the earliest constraints for me was while I was a techie from childhood, I always had interest in computer science and so on. When I got into college, when I got into IIT, as I mentioned, I actually got mechanical as a branch because I didn't get the rank to get computer science. Now that is a constraint I could have taken and said, okay, now I'll spend my life working on mechanical engineering. But I knew that my interest was always in computers. So what we did was we got a bunch of folks together, like about 8, 10 folks from college, who all had interest in computers but couldn't really get into computer science. And we started a college group called Software Development Section, SDS Labs. And we started spending our evenings and weekends together building and writing code. The reason I talk about this is the first roots of Razorpay were laid in that journey, because we found about 8, 10 people who were all very passionate about computers, who were very passionate about technology. And we started spending our weekends coding and building products together. And that's where I met my co-founder Shashank. That's where I met like the first 9, 10 employees of Razorpay all came from that software section. And that section that we started still runs in IT today. And it's been 10, 12 years now. But I think so. So going back, I think the constraints part is never a roadblock. You can always find your way around them. If you're passionate about something, you can find your way around the constraints. The third is a growth mindset. Uh, the growth mindset, it's hard to describe, but growth mindset is basically treating every challenge, every issue as I can find a way around it. I can find my way around this issue. I can find my way around this. And sometimes this is just unbridled optimism. A lot of founders that I have met in my journey, a lot of them just have unbridled optimism that no matter what the issue is, I can find my way around it. And that unbridled, sometimes even unreasonable optimism is what it takes at the end of the day to go through a journey of building a large company, because there are, as I said earlier, there are enough roadblocks, there are enough reasons to say, hey, this can't be done. And there are constantly people or folks or problems that will tell you that this can't be done. Having that unbridled mindset of saying, no matter what the issue, no matter what the problem, I can solve it, is sometimes very complicated. Sounds very complicated, but it's a very simple mindset that, hey, no matter what happens, I can find my way around it. I think if I go back to our journey of building this company, and not just our journey, but because of what Razorpay does, we power almost every major tech startup in this country. I get to meet almost every startup founder. So we power almost every major internet business, from Swiggy to Zomato to Flipkart to Amazon to Google to Facebook, everyone in India. And one of the most common things that we've seen in terms of what are the principles of creating disruptors, I think the first is curiosity, right? How is this done? What is it? I was recently having a session with Kunal Shah, the founder of Cred. And one thing that everyone in the audience asked him was, how do you, in the world of AI, when AI is going to change a lot of ways things are done, a lot of jobs, a lot of industries, how do you stay relevant in the AI first world? And one of the most common, one of the easiest answers to that was curiosity. Because AI can answer a lot of things for you, it can't be curious for you. So when you ask AI, how is this done? How are, let's say, digital payments done? It will tell you the way that it is done. It will not suggest you how they should be done tomorrow, or how they should change tomorrow. Because that trait of curiosity is a very human trait. And that's one thing that a lot of, in this, to what Andy was saying earlier, in this constant stream of consumption, a lot of people forget to be curious, because you're spending your time constantly just passively consuming content. So it's important to take a step back and ensure that you have that curiosity, that childhood curiosity that you have. How do you carry that through your adult ages, where you're constantly asking, why is this done this way? Why is it not done this way? Why is it not better? Why is it not easier? Right? So the curiosity is one of the most important trait to ensure that you can continue to learn and grow, and you're constantly asking, how can I be better? How can you learn more about whatever it is that you're doing? Second, I'll say is risk taking. Leaving a job and leaving a high-paying job and doing a startup is generally a very hard problem. And my dad is here, and I remember when I spoke to him that I want to leave my high-paying. I was in Middle East in Schlumberger, the highest-paying jobs that you get from IIT, and 6 months into that job, I want to leave my job, and I called him and said I want to leave this job. And the one thing that I told him to convince him that I should leave this job and do this is, I said that worst case, in next 2 years, this doesn't work out, I can always find a job again. Have that faith in me that I can find a job again. But I don't think I can try this again. So that calculated risk taking, that ability to say, hey, sure. And that risk taking doesn't mean that hey, you spend 20 years doing something that's not working. But it's taking a calculated guess. So I gave myself 2 years that I'll spend 2 to 3 years trying to build Razorpay. If we can establish something, then I'll go for it. We'll go into it and spend that time there. If in 2 years it doesn't work out, then I'll accept my failure and move on to what we can do. But giving yourself that rope, that this is the risk that I'm going to take, and then calculating that risk and embracing it is one of the most important things. And that was the start of the journey, but that's been the part of the journey every step of the way. The other is customer centric approach. Customer centricity, right? Like, and what Andy was saying earlier, that finding a problem that a lot of people face and then just resonating with them is very important. And even today, at the scale Razorpay is today, we are a $7.5 billion company with 3,000 people. I speak to at least one customer a week. And the idea of that is to just observe, learn, empathize, because no matter what plans we are forming, what strategy we're forming in our office, that hey, this is going to work out, this is the next product we should do. That weekly meeting that I do with the customer is my testing ground for whatever strategy we have built over the last few weeks. So when I meet that customer and I ask them, hey, this is what we're thinking, we're thinking of launching this product, we're thinking, we feel that this is going to be revolutionary. And if the customer doesn't care about that, all of that strategy is useless. So that customer-centric approach of finding a set of people that you're solving for and then constantly reiterating with them. This doesn't mean building whatever your customers say. There's a famous saying of Mr. Ford that if I had asked my customers, what do you want? They would have said faster horses, right? So the solutioning is on you, but testing that solution is with the customers. So the customer will not tell you, hey, go ahead and build a car. But once you build a car, the customer will tell you that is the car useful for him or he still wants to stick to a horse, right? So that is the customer centricity, right? Like on constantly testing with the users. And it was harder for us because we are building a B2B. In a lot of B2C spaces, you are your own customer. If you're building, let's say, a food delivery or in e-commerce, you can figure out yourself what you need. But in a B2B space, we have to test a lot of that with our customers. The fourth is a team culture. What kind of team you build? Because a large company can't be built alone. You need people who will work with you, join with you, take that effort, go that extra mile to deliver what you want to deliver. And like one of the way we thought about is when we started the company, when I told the story of how we started, I said both of us were in large MNC's jobs. And both of us were very unhappy there because we didn't really feel connected to the problem statement that the company was. Like it was a large 20,000 people company, we are doing something, but there's no connection to what we were doing and our connectedness to the company mission. So one of the principles we had is we want to build a team culture where our smartest folks in our team don't feel that way. How do we ensure that our smartest folks in the team don't feel without what we felt inside those jobs? How do we make sure that the smartest folks in the company are so deeply aligned with the mission that they're feeling that it's their own mission and they're spending the time solving for that? So building an environment where every person feels that they are directly contributing to our core vision. They're directly working on making that core vision a success. And the last piece is having a long-term vision, but a short-term execution. So what that means is you set a large goal. You have like we had the dream of changing the way payments are done in the country, but you can't live or execute with that dream, because if you take the last dream and say, hey, I want to do that on day one, it's not practical. You can't go about solving for 100,000 customers on one go. So the execution is always focused on short term. What are you doing next month, next week, next quarter? So breaking down that long-term goal, having that long-term vision that, hey, this is where we want to be in next couple of years, but this is where I want to be in next few months. So in next 2 months, my goal is to get 10 customers. In next quarter, my goal is to get 100 customers. And yeah, long-term vision is to be the largest player in this space, but you don't become the largest player by focusing on executing to be the largest player on day one. You start small and then you keep building from there. I think one area that I want to talk about is on failures, right? And I spoke about a bit about it earlier, but a startup journey is generally full of failures. And how do you keep your persistence and tenacity strong in the spirit of failure? So one of the core principles in a startup journey, and this is something Paul Graham talks about a lot, is Paul Graham, the founder of Y Combinator, is growth trumps everything. What that means is in the startup journey, like as I said, failure is part of the journey. You've signed up for failure when you started a company. So you'll want to hire somebody who doesn't want to join because they feel you're too early. You want to raise funding, and there are investors who don't want to invest in you because they don't believe what you're building. The customers who don't want to sign up with you because you're small, you're not young, you're not at that scale. The answer to most of these problems is growth. Because as long as you can find a way to grow, as long as you can find some customer, some place to grow as a company, but these no's change to yes very quickly. I mean, countless times that I wanted to hire somebody who doesn't want to join because we are too early, would spend next 6 months, we grew, and we'll go back, and the same person is now interested to join us because they've heard a lot about us. Same for funding. The same investor who would say, hey, this seems not interesting, this seems too early, would suddenly be interested to invest in you because you're doing that well. Or the same thing would apply to in insubstantial amount of problems that you would face. I told about banks, that the 100-ish banks that rejected us today, every single of those banks works with us because it's grown to that scale where they can't say no. So growth is one of the big solutions to most of the obstacles, most of the failures that you see in your journey. And the second big way to handle failure is adaptability. How do you So a lot of those failures can be built around with growth, but a lot of those failures require you to adapt and change. And this is another thing that I spoke recently on AI, right? One of the questions that was asked to me by some students was, in an AI world, like what field should I study to stay relevant in an AI world? And it's very hard to answer that today. Like it's very hard to say this field is going to be relevant 4 years from now, or 5 years from now, or 7 years from now. But one thing that's going to be relevant is adaptability. If you can figure out a way to constantly quickly learn new things and change, you'll always be able to find your way around when the world changes because of technology or AI or something like that. So and that's the reality of the world today. With things like with technology and AI, the world is changing faster than ever before. What I would advise to people 5 years back is very different from what I advise them today, from what I would advise them 2 years later, because the world is changing that rapidly. So how do you find yourself to be adaptable? Basically, the short answer is the quick learners will be the most relevant people in the world in next 4 years, because they are the ones who can adapt to the changes that will happen in the ecosystem. I think finally, for students here, I think the as I said, our journey of startup started as a student. So some of the advices that I have for students, based on our journey and based on what we've seen, is first is what I said earlier: stay curious. How do you ensure that, like, you, education is one side of the problem, but how do you ensure that you're constantly curious, constantly investing in self-learning, constantly reading, exploring new technology, taking side projects, not just limiting yourself that, hey, this is I've spent my day in the college, now I can go back and relax. Like, how do you keep yourself curious and keep learning? The second is building a lot of genuine relationships. Some of the some of the best folks you meet outside the work setting. I gave example of Razorpay. The first 10 people in Razorpay all came from the relationships that I built during college, and they all came from my college because we knew them. I worked with them and had a real connection with them much before we started working together. Third is using time wisely. Uh, Again, college time is one of the best times you have. You have a lot, and I envy my time at college because you have a lot of really a lot of actual free time that you can use to build meaningful experiences, whether it's side projects, internships, volunteer projects, hackathons. There's so many things that you can do to spend your time spend your time on sharpening your skills, sharpening your passions. And last, I think, is the power of community, right? Being connected to a community, whether it's community of engineers, community of techies, community of college goers, whoever, like finding a community where you can test and grow your knowledge it becomes a very strong driving factor for not just for that time, but like a lot of times in the future. A lot of friends that I made in college have still been so relevant to me in our journey of building Razorpay because you can go back to them for either advice or mentorship or guidance and so on and so forth. I think with that, I will probably conclude and hand over for any Q&A. But I think the core idea is that building beyond limits, which is the topic set today, it's not about waiting for a perfect opportunity. It's not about saying that, hey, if I find an amazing idea, I'll go ahead and build something beyond limits. It's about using constantly sharpening your curiosity, your creativity, your passion to create those opportunities. It's having an undying belief that you can and will reshape the world around you, and you will be able to find a way to solve your problems, solve your failures as they come. I think with that, I thank you all for your time and wish you all the best. And over to you folks for any questions, anything I can answer.
Thank you so much, Harshil sir, for that incredibly insightful and deeply authentic session. Each word you said was beyond empowering, from breaking stereotypes to building from scratch. Your story gives courage to every learner who dares to dream differently. So thank you once again for being with us today. And for your time and your journey and your learning so generously. We believe today's conversation will echo in the heart of our learners for a long time. And now, moving on the next part of our ceremony, which is we are opening the floor for a special open house question and answer session with Sir. To save your time and keep things smooth, we have already received a flood of questions from our learner across the world. So I will quickly take you through a few of them, summarizing the ones that kept coming up the most. With your permission, sir, can you start?
Yeah, sure, please.
All right, sir. So the first question I would like to ask, which is, what is the one mistake you made in your 20s that you are secretly thankful for now?
One mistake in your 20s.
20s, yeah.
Uh, I think there's so many mistakes, it's hard to put one, but I'll say in the early days when we started the company, I think just that we were very ignorant of what we were trying to do. So to put it in different way, if I knew what I knew today, I don't think I would have gone and started Razorpay. Because if I knew how complex it is, how painful it is, how complicated it is to build in the finance space, maybe I wouldn't have taken that call. So that ignorance that I had in my 20s of how hard things could be, I'm very thankful that I was that ignorant. That's why I say, like, it's easier to take a lot of these risks in the early days because you feel, hey, how hard can this be? And and I think that's the best mistake that we did, that we didn't know how painful it could be. And our naivety helped us get into building what we built.
Thank you so much, sir, for the answer. And I was the same one. I know that is, we will do mistakes in our 20s, 80s when we join in our college life. All right, sir. So next move to the next question. So, what is the one dream you still carry that has nothing to do with the razor pay, fintech, or startups?
I don't think there's much of those outside Razorpay or fintech or startups now. Razorpay is, of course, is all consuming, and most of my dreams are around that. On I think I think, but the dream now, see, when we started company, the dream was to build something that can stand on its own. I mean, Razorpay has reached that scale where it can stand on its own. One dream that I have that we still are far away from achieving is building what I call a generational institution, which is an institution that can survive on its own long term. An example would be like a company like an HDFC or a Reliance or some of those where the institution runs on its own. It isn't dependent on leadership or management or the people who started the company to survive. I think we are a long way from getting there, and that's the next dream I have to take Razorpay to that scale where it's an institution that that transcends generations.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. And the next question I would like to ask, if Razorpay were to build a product just for online education platform serving Bharat, what would that look like? What problem would it solve that no one is solving it?
On education,
Yes, on education platform.
yeah, I think AI fundamentally changes the way the world will work in next 3 to 4 years. So, if I were to think of something on the education space, I'm the least informed person on that space. But if I were to build something on that space, my goal would be like the purpose of education is to skill people to be able to live their adult life. Uh, in the AI world, adult life would look very different, and I don't know if the current education system is enough to skill people for an AI first world. So how do you skill people for an AI first world is the problem I would go after.
That's nice, sir. And the question would like to ask, which is from our learner, when you go home to your family after a long day of building Razor Pay, do they see Harshil, the CEO, or just Harshil?
No, with the family, you are still you're just Harshal. As I said, my dad is here; he can answer that. And ND sir himself can answer. He has seen me in personal settings a lot, and yeah, I think that's important. As an entrepreneur, you live a very different life in your company. And you need that place where where you yourself. What that means is in the company as a CEO or as a founder, you can't show what is worrying you, what is stressing you out, because you have to project that strong face to the team. The team can't see you stressed, but with your own family is where you can be yourself, be natural, show that hey, I'm in a lot of stress and I have a lot of problems today, and I want my time, or I want to do something outside work. And I think it's important to have that your own setting where you are just yourself. You're not showing anything for other people.
Yes, sir, you're right. If we are not pretending in front of our families,
I think
that's
Andy sir
really
is saying
nice.
something here on mute, sir.
Okay.
I'll endorse whatever the Harshil says regarding when he goes to family back. He is the same Harshil as he is my younger brother, and I can talk to him anytime. And most of the time we don't talk about razor pay. It
Yeah.
is only this video I'm talking about razor pay, but we talk about family and we talk about our relationships and our siblings and etc. And I completely endorse what he says about this. Thank you. Any other question, Pooja?
I think, sir, that's all from my end. One last question. How necessary is it to have a co-founder when we have, started any startup? Because we have come to know that Shashank, sir, and you started this together.
Yeah, I think see, it's not mandatory. Like nothing in the startup world is mandatory. There are no rules. The most successful startups are the ones that break out of rules. Startups, by definition, are supposed to break rules. So I wouldn't set up any ground that hey, you need to have a startup founder. But I do say that I think having at least one co-founder makes the journey a lot more easier. As I said, like a startup founder's journey is very lonely at times. There are a lot of problems. There are a lot of stresses that you can't share with everyone, that you can't share with your team. Having a co-founder with whom you can share the journey together, who can be yourself, with whom you can be vulnerable and tell that, hey, this is not going well. Like, and having somebody who can lift you when you're down, or who you can lift when they are down, I think uh, plays a very important role. And that's why, like I was quoting Paul Graham earlier, like Paul Graham, Y Combinator, as generally says that it's best to have a co-founder in this journey, because it's very easy to get demotivated, in this lonely journey. But they are some of the best startups which are also formed by solo founders. So there are no rules in this world, but it's generally preferred to have at least a co-founder.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable answers and patiently answering every question and offering such grounded and practical wisdom to our learners. So, before we formally close, we have a small virtual token of gratitude we would like to offer as a gesture of our appreciation. So we request you to stay with us for just a few more minutes as I now invite a respected director of the CDOA department, Dr. Arvind Kumar Singh, to kindly share a few words and present this token of thanks on behalf of the entire VGU family. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Pooja and Harshil sir. We are really grateful to you that you have spare out your time, and we are grateful to our honorable president sir also, because he has taken that initiative. And though I have seen lot many of interviews of Harshil Mathur as a CEO of Razorpay, but what I can feel that the story of yours resonate with all of us. Whatever you are telling, it was coming directly from your heart. And I think everybody who was present here, they have witnessed something which is going to with them lifelong. Because being an entrepreneur, it's also becoming a fashion statement also. Most of the time when you ask somebody what you are doing, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm having one startup. And the way you and your co-founder has taken up the challenge,
Yeah.
and with the calculated risk. Sir, you wanted to say something? Mathur sir?
No, I didn't say.
I extend a very hearty welcome to all the learners, and learners should learn from whatever Harshil Mathur has said. The success is not a very easy journey. It definitely comes with many obstacles, but remove those obstacles, as Harshil has said, that whatever obstacles comes to your way, please remove those obstacles, then only you can get the success. Celebrate your failures also, because failures do come in the way, but failure is not something very challenging. Celebrate your failures also, because these are the experiences of life, but add them to your CV also, that these are my failures, but success will come your way if you remove all the obstacles. Thank you very much, and thank you to Harshil Mathur. Thank you to his father has also joined. Thank you to RG Mathur Sahab, who has joined from Canada, and thanks to the ODL family that they have invited Harshil Mathur. I was also interested that he should be invited for motivation of our students. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. I really had a good time talking about things, and hopefully it's useful to the students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Any vote of thanks?
Sir, I think you would be the right person to give him a vote of thanks, specifically to Mathur sir and his father.
Yeah, so I propose a vote of thanks to RG Mathur Sahab, Mr. Harshil Mathur, for joining VGU today. And in fact, you have definitely obliged us by sparing your time, because taking his time, most of the time he is not available. In fact, when VG was giving his honoris causa degree, he was not in the country. And then this could not happen. But I believe that whenever we will call him, and whenever we will invite him and remember him, if he is in the country, he will be available for us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much for the
Thank
kind words.
I think, sir,
Anyone
we can
can.
carry on with our ongoing presentation now.
Yeah, you can carry, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
We are
sir.
logging out. Yeah, I'm logging out.
Sir. So before logging out, We have also a token of gratitude for you. That is a e-certificate, though we'll come and present to you. But again, the blessings of yours are always with CDOE department, and I think it was a very useful session for those people who are just going to start their journey of online education.
That
They
is
have
part
got
of my job to give the leadership to this institution. Wherever I
yes.
am needed, I must be there.
Okay. So thank you very much, sir, and we'll present that token to you into your office
Okay.
also. And that is
ठीक है सर आपका शेयर करते हैं कहाँ से करूँ
okay. Whatever. So learner, we have covered till the time about our university, and we have also covered the journey of Mr. Harshil Mathur, and I hope that all of you have taken some very valuable lessons from his journey, and you are going to utilize those things into your coming life also. Now let us quickly talk about the Center for Distance and Online Education, or CDOE department, where you have taken the enrollment. So on the behalf of the department and university, once again, I welcome you all. And we are really grateful that you have shown your faith into Vivekananda Global University. Most of you have already gone through the bridge course called Abhivadan. You must have taken certain classes of personality development. You have gone through certain industry expert sessions also. And we have received lot many queries that when your actual learning is going to start. So here I would like to inform you all that from next week onward, we are going to have the live sessions. All of you must have shared with your content, your LMSs and other thing. So I'm just going to give you a brief about our CDOE department and what we are supposed to from your side. As you can see, we have started this department under the dynamic leadership of our CEO, Engineer Onkar Bagadia sir, in year 2022-23. So this is going to our fifth batch. And currently, as President sir has already told you that our number is touching to 10,000 vibrant community learner who wanted to shape their career, who wanted to do something good in their life. From CDOE department, currently we are offering 8 programs. And in UG level, we are offering BCA, BBA and BA. And PG level, we are offering MCA, MBA, MA MA English and MSc in Mathematics. So these 8 programs we are offering from this department. We are soon to start with MA We have not taken any enrollment in MA yet. We'll take up MA from coming sessions. So when we talk about the programs, all of you who have taken the admissions into different program, so MBA is one of the master program, which is hot selling program where lot many people are coming. They wanted to pursue this program because they wanted to make their career into different fields. So Master of Business Management from CDOE department of VGU is having the same relevance, same equivalence, which you are going to get into the conventional mode. So the total duration of this program is 2 years, 24 months, where 4 semesters would be there. And a person can take up to 4 years to complete this program. But we hope you are not going to take that much of time. There are certain elective papers also in MBA program. You can opt either HR, marketing, finance, ABM, IT, international business, operation management, and healthcare management. And those elective papers would start from 3rd semester onwards. So in case if any of you are having the elective related issues in your ERP, don't get panic. That will be resolved very soon. So in the business administration domain only, we are also offering bachelor's, which is Bachelor's of Business Administration. This is a full-fledged 3-year program where you are going to have 36 month or 6 semester, and maximum duration would be 6 years to complete this program. Here also we are offering few elective pools. You can either take BBA Journal, you can take BBA in Digital Marketing, Retail Management, and FinTech. There are lot many career avenues which are similar to the MBA, but master degree give on a different kind of edge and bachelor's give another kind of edge. So in management, in nutshell, we are offering two programs. They are BBA and MBA. In computer application domain, we are offering Masters of Computer Application in form of MCA. That is also a 2-year program, degree program, where you are going to have 4 semesters. And there are various career avenues, because you all know that AI is booming a lot. Many computer software development things are coming up. So MCA is a very good program for people who wanted to make their career into the computer application domain. Here eligibility is 3-year graduation. Now in UG level, we are offering Bachelors of Computer Application, that is BCA. If anybody who has cleared 10+2 from any recognized board or council, they are eligible for taking their education in Bachelors of Computer Application. The total duration of this program is also 3 years and 36 months. We are all offering various elective pools here also. You have AI, you have data science, you have CTIS, you have UX, you have blockchain technology. Now, when we talk about humanities, we are offering 3 programs in humanities domain, 2 master's program. They are MA English and MA in JMC, and 1 bachelor program, that is BA. So we are offering 3 programs in humanities domain. For master's programs, both the master program, the eligibility is minimum graduation. The duration would be 2 years and 24 months. So if you are opting MA in English, if you are passionate about English, you can be a very good student for MA English. And mind you, after pursuing any of the online degree program from our center, you are duly eligible to pursue PhD also. Not many people ask these kind of questions, that after pursuing an online master program, whether they can go and pursue PhD or not. They can pursue PhD. So I've already mentioned that at UG level, we are offering BA, where you have a elective options. You can take a combination of 3 papers. That could be from economics, political science, English, psychology, computer application, history, public policy and development, and international relation. So when we talk about sciences or mathematics, so we are also offering MSc in mathematics, where the eligibility is graduation with BA or BSc degree, or mathematics is one of major subject, or engineering. Here the duration is 2 years, 24 months, and maximum 4 years you can take to complete this program. MSc Mathematics is very good option for those people who wanted to make the career in the statistics field, research field, risk analysis, who wanted to do lot many work related to statistics and related domain. Now MSc Mathematics people are also contributing in the AI field. Now we are also offering MA in JMC, where we have not taken any enrollment in for this January 25 cycle. So anybody who did UG from any specific domain, they can join MA in JMC. It is a very beneficial program for people who have already done the BA in journalism and mass communication. So these are the 8 programs which we offer from our CDOE banner. Now, when we talk about the equivalence of degree with the regular degree, that is a very important thing, that UGC has also clarified this thing, that now all 3 mode of education are equal. Means if somebody who did a degree in regular domain or distance education online domain, they are going to have the same relevancy of their degrees. All those 3 degrees would be having the similar kind of accreditation and weightage in the job market. So now this is a very good opportunity for you all that you must take a dual degree benefit also. Because as we were going through the session of Mr. Harshil Mathur also, you have seen that the technology is changing very rapidly and the job market is also changing. The demand of new jobs are coming up and then you need lot many skills. So right now UGC has given this option to pursue 2 degrees simultaneously. One person can pursue the similar level of degrees in one shot. Means if you are a UG student, you can pursue 2 UG degrees, whether in the regular mode or with the online mode or distance mode. And you can also pursue, if you are a PG student, 2 PG degrees or 1 PG and 1 UG degree. Only mind one thing, that the level should not be higher than the previous qualifications. So dual degree is something where we all motivate you, we urge you, if you have time, you must go for dual degree benefits. Now, when we talk about online education, which is booming a lot, all of you have taken the enrollment into online education. So I should not tell much about the benefits of online education, but there are few things which we need to caution of, or which we need to take in care of. When we talk about online education, you'll see that in India there are very limited universities or institutions. So in terms of infrastructure, we cannot satisfy the need of everybody. So online degrees are one of the very good medium which provide the equal access of education. If you have a good bandwidth, if you have a good network connection, you can be a very good option for the online education. You'll get the flexibility of learning. You see that different kind of peer network come together for online learning. Most of the time you'll feel that classes are also at the weekends only or the second part of day, and you can have a recording of the classes also. So flexibility is key for the diverse learner background. You will see there is an inclusive design and pedagogy. You'll find the 4 quadrant approach where some video content is there, some recorded sessions are there, some self-learning books are there, some case studies or practice assignments are there, some MCQs are there. So these are the things which you get into the online learning. And then if you see the cost and affordability, you will find that in online learning, the similar kind of curriculum with the flexibility, with little of the limitation, you are getting with a very low prices as compared to the regular degrees. So it is a very supportive for the unprecedented group, people who are coming from the diverse background, different age group, different geographical locations. So all of them can be a very good client for online education. Here you also get a collaborative learning communities. You have seen that it was very difficult to call somebody like Harshil Mathur or some other big shot entrepreneur physically into the campus. They have to travel back to India to give you that kind of lecture. But in online domain, it's possible we can have those kind of collaborative learning, and you'll see the global reach and internalization also of this degree. So these degrees are internationally valid. You'll see that you are communicating and connecting with the people who are sitting into the different part or continent. So this is something which make this online learning very inclusive, equity-full, and equal for everybody. Now, when we talk about the quality learning in terms of our own university, you'll see that we are duly recognized and accredited by UGC DEB. Our program are coming under entitlement category. You'll see that there are self-learning materials which are designed into the way that where you'll see there are a proper learning objectives, learning outcomes. You'll see that people who are going to take your subject sessions or people who are coming from the industry, all of them are having some relevancy, some great experience behind their back. And most of the time you will see that if after every lecture you would be having a feedback form also, which is required, or we can say mandatory to fill, so that we can get your feedbacks. Learning always happen when there are two-way communication. So assessment and feedbacks are also there. Now, these are the few USPs of our CDOE department in VGU. When we talk about Center for Distance and Online Education, VGU, you'll see that all the programs are duly entitled by UGC. We are NAC accredited, NAC A plus accredited institutions. We are one of the QS ranking institutions. You'll see the curriculum is also similar to the curriculum which we are offering in our regular mode, which is being defined by the different stakeholder, academician, industry guys, the student in itself. And the online learning is all about your self-paced learning. Whenever you are getting time, you can log into your LMS, you can go through your books, you can go through the video content which is available there, you can go to the references which are available there, and learn as into your own pace. We'll be calling different industry experts, people from corporate, through or your program, just to guide you, just to handhold you, just to make you more aware what is happening inside the industry these days. You will be having live sessions which are coming very soon from next week onward. So you can discuss your issues into those live sessions with the faculties. And then when we talk about the examination system, we'll have an in-depth examination session also. But let me just give you a brief about our examinations system also. We have enabled a virtual proctoring system for examination where we have AI facilities with us. We have also the manual proctors. So you can give your examination at your own convenience from your own place, whether you are sitting into your offices or you are sitting into your home. There would be a proctor who is there to support you, who is there to monitor you, and you'll get the question paper into your own screen where AI would also be having eye on you. And then we would be giving you the multiple options to pick a examination slots. Our examination would be conducted only on Fridays, Saturday, and Sundays. So you'll see that all the papers, you are having 2 slots in a day, and you can pick any 3 days, 4 days, whenever you want to finish the examination during those examination calendar. Now, there is a dedicated learning support team also. We have already shared the toll-free number of our learning support center. You can also reach us through the SRM email ID also. We'll take the questions. You can just pull down your hands. At later stage, we can have questions from your side also. Now, when we talk about the academic delivery mechanism, which has been utilized by us or which is part of our academic delivery. So you'll see there are live and interactive sessions by the faculty members. There would be a continuous industry expert sessions and webinars where we'll be calling people from industry who would be coming there, who would be talking about the various interesting topic, life-changing sessions, whatever is happening inside the industry. And that is a very good opportunity for you all to make your social connections also. You will find some pre-recorded AV content into your LMSs. And there would be a asynchronous discussion forum also where faculty would be putting some topics and all of you are supposed to give answers or your opinion about those topics. So that is a very good opportunity to understand, to get the ideas what your peers are having about those particular topics. So in that discussion forum, you can contribute to the answer given by another person. You can also add on your valuable points and you can interact each other into that discussion forum through your question and answers. You'll see that there are certain gamified quizzes, MCQs, case studies, and if required, there are projects and simulations also. So when we talk about the learning here, with VGU, you'll see that your LMS is with you for 24/7. You can anytime open it. You can go through the content which is available there and you can learn from that. When we talk about learner support center and mentor, so you can message them anytime. You can connect to them through calls during a specific working hours, and you can also raise your queries to the learner support team email IDs also. You can email to the LMS support team, you can email to the learner support team, you can email to the program coordinators of your different programs, and they'll revert back you over an email. You can also WhatsApp them, you can also call to them during the working hours. Now, this is a very important thing. All of your program coordinator must have covered this thing also. That when we talk about examination, so there would be two components. First component would be the internal assessment. That would be 30% of your total assessment. And second would be the external assessment. So when we talk about internal assessment, in each and every paper, you are going to have two assignments. So suppose we take the example of any program, say MBA first semester, if you are having 8 courses or 8 subjects, so each subject you are going to have 16 assignments overall, 2 assignment per subject basis. So assignment first would be having a value of 10 marks, assignment second would be having a value of 15 marks. All those assignment would be in form of MCQ quizzes. So you are supposed to complete the assignment as per your academic calendar only. And then if you are participating into all the activities, it means if you are attending the live sessions, if you are responding to the discussion forum, if you are submitting the assignment on time, then there are 5 marks for your participation. So anybody who is fulfilling all these things, submitting both the internal assignments, participating in all the activities, there are higher chances to get full internal marks. So there are 30 marks of internal assessment and there are 70 marks of end-term or external assessment. So in your end-term examination, there would be question paper which comprise of MCQ quizzes or questions and subjective questions. So there would be 49 MCQ or one word questions there and 3 subjective questions in each subject. Those subjective questions would be as per the demand of that particular course. So there could be a numerical portion into the subjects which are mathematical or accounting in nature. There could be a case study. There could be a long question answer or short questions answers also. So every subject would be having 70 marks as a end-term examination and 30 marks as a internal assessment. So end-term examination, you are going to have 49 MCQs and 3 subjective questions. Your examination would be conducted as per the shared academic calendar. So all the information you are going to get through your LMS, through your WhatsApp communities, and if required, you can call back to your learner support team members. Now, when we talk about learner support services, so basically learner support services or learner support center is a place or a group of people who are there in between you and the faculty member and university. So they establish the communication between you and your academic team member. They are there to give you a personalized support and advice if required. They would be supporting you to build a community, to get more engagement out of your program. You can share your feedback with them. They'll be helping you with the different timelines related with your submission of assessment, timeline related to your examination, slot booking, fee submissions. They are also doing the data analysis of your performance, that how much time you have spent on your LMS, how many classes you have attended, whether you have submitted your assignment during the given timeline or not. So basically they are your success monitors also. So they do these kind of analysis if they feel that you are lagging behind your performance. So they would be personally connecting with you also. So those mentors could be from the learner support team, they could be from the academic background, from anywhere in the university. Now, how all of you can connect with the university officials? So basically, all of you have seen that we have a WhatsApp community. So every session wise, every program wise, there is a WhatsApp community where all the notifications are coming, and you can respond back to the community admin if required. We share the class information, we share the session information, we share each and every important information through that community. A part of it, you would be getting the emails also. All of you must have received your official email ID of VGU domain. If you have not received yet, you can ping back to your learner support team member that I have not received my official email ID or LMS yet. You would be getting calls from your learner support team members. So please do not ignore those calls. You can call back them too also through a toll-free number during the working hours, or you can just give them a message. They'll call back you. So these are the various networks through which you can connect with the team members, and team members are going to connect with you all. There is a grievance mechanism also. Suppose if you are having any kind of grievance, any kind of suggestions, so you can connect through us, through emails, through calls, or whenever you are connecting with us, please note down few things, that always connect with us through your registered email ID, the email ID which you have received from the university, with full mentioning of your name, contact detail, enrollment number, program name, and your query should be explained in a proper manner. If you have any query related to the live session, post study material, call up within a working hours, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. After that, you are free to drop a WhatsApp message or email. Try to communicate through emails, because emails are something which are for the professionals. So avoid WhatsApp or personalized chat. Avoid making personal groups also. That is a very important thing. We have observed this thing that few of the learners have made their own personal groups. Some of outsider have joined those personal groups previously, and they were got into some kind of scam. So avoid making any kind of personal groups inside your community or somewhere else's. You will get all the information directly from university. In case if you are not getting the information, reach out to the team members immediately through email, through calls, through WhatsApp. But don't make personal chat groups. Please ensure about this thing. Now, these are the various email IDs and contact number which you can use to get support, whether it is related to the academic services or some other kind of administrative or general services. So the phone numbers are given there, email IDs are given there. So do give us calls in our helpline number. Write an email to your program specific issue to your program coordinators. All the email IDs of program coordinators are already mentioned there. For MBA, you can email to pcmba@onlineviju.com. For MA, you can email to pcma@onlineviju.com. For BCA, you can email to pcbca@onlineviju.com. So these are the email IDs which you can utilize to share your academic concern, and please mark srm@onlineviju.com in CC, because that is one centralized network which is going to help you a lot. Connect with the helpline number. You can call there 9:30 to 6 p.m. And whenever you are getting any call from the helpline number, ensure that you are not putting that call into spam or block list. Otherwise, somewhere down the line, you are going to lose your network from the university. So these are some very important and crucial tips which I could have given you, apart of the tips which you have received from the Harshil Mathur sir's session. Now, you'll see that we'll be having lot many co-curricular activities, competitions, online webinars, faculty interaction sessions with you all, just to engage you throughout your studies, throughout your journeys with us. Now, what we expect from you all, what support we are going to give you, I already mentioned, but we have also certain expectations from all of our flag bearers, all of these January 25 cohorts. You must view AV sessions on your LMS, regular attend all the live sessions or any kind of webinars, actively participate into the discussion forum, submit your assignment on time, participate into all the co-curricular and academic activities, book your slot, appear in the examination, and most importantly, clear all your financial dues on time. So these are the very few expectations from universities and towards you. I hope that all of you are going to fulfill them. Now, I am just showing you what would be your learner journey touch point with us. Your program coordinator will brief you in detail in future also. So you have already completed the first step, that is the enrollment number. In case if any of you have not received the LMS or community link, please write an email to SRM email ID, LMS manager email ID. If you want it, you can take a picture of the previous slides also. After finishing this presentation, I'll open that slide once again for you all. Your orientations are already going on. Your pre-orientation sessions are already over. We conducted Abhivadan there. You have all gone through the LMS orientation. Once again, we'll conclude that LMS orientation one again. Program orientations are also conducted, and course orientations was the part of that program orientation. Now, you have received your LMS where you can see the AV sessions. From coming week onwards, you are going to have your live sessions. In next week onwards, we'll having multiple webinars, discussion forums, and you have to complete assignments on time. After completion of your course, there would be an examination where you need to book slot, download admit card, clear all your dues, appear into the examination on time, the slot which you have booked. Then after examination, there would be result. We'll be evaluating your answer books, compiling and uploading and declaring the result, and you can see your mark sheet into your ERP. And if you have cleared the examination, you'll move to the next semester. If you are having a improvement grade into any of the subject, then also you'll move into the next semester and you can clear those improvement paper along with the next semester. So if you complete your 2-year journey for master's program successfully, in 3-year journey for undergraduation program successfully, you will be awarded with the degree of that particular program in the university premises in convocation. If any of you who could not come to the convocation ceremony, they'll share their request with us. We'll dispatch your degrees to you. So these are the few point of your learner journey which is going to be with us. I think I've explained whatever time have been designated to me about the sessions. Now, if you have any query, we can quickly take 4 or 5 questions. Or you can just email us all the queries or questions into chat box also. So somebody, if he or she can read those queries for me, I can quickly give the answers.
Thank you so much, Dr. Avin sir, for your kind words, for presenting that thoughtful and really informative presentation. I'm asking the learners about the queries. If you any of them have any query, any issue, they can send the message on the chat box. All right, sir. I don't think they have any query related to our online program. So let's move forward. And with the ceremony, I would like to invite respected DY Registrar, Mr. Deepak Bishnoi, sir, for final remarks.
Thank you, Pooja. So, good evening, everyone. I would like to take a moment to sincerely thank each and every individual who made today's session possible and successful. Your efforts, your support, your and dedications are truly appreciated. Firstly, I would like to say heartfelt thanks to Professor Andy Mathur sir, who is the president of VGU, for taking his time from his busy schedule to inspire our learner with his valuable words. Sir not only graced the session with his presence, but also shared the inspiring legacy of VGU, reminding us of who we are and how far we have come as an institution. We are truly grateful for your continued support and leadership. Thank you, sir. And now I would like to give a big thank to our director, sir, for leading this induction program with such clarity and vision. Sir, your guidance continue to shape our path forward. Lastly, I would like to say thanks to our entire support team. Your efforts behind the scene ensured everything runs smoothly, and we deeply appreciate your commitment and hard work. And special thanks to Falguni ma'am for her tireless effort to make it happen and successful. And finally, I would like to say thanks to our dear students or learners. Thank you for joining us today with such enthusiasm, and your energy and eagerness to learn are what makes event like this truly meaningful. So once again, thank you all of you. Let's continue to grow, learn, and build a bright future together. Happy learning. Thank you, everyone.
So, dear all, if in case any of your questions are not being answered by us, we know that we have very limited time. So please do fulfill that form which is shared into the chat box, and you can put your queries there also. Somebody from team will get back to you and resolve your queries. And we are going to have sessions from Thursday onwards only. So first 3 day of the week, we generally avoid the sessions. Most of the sessions would be on Saturdays and Sundays. Only 1 or 2 sessions on Thursday and Friday, second half. Thank you. So all of you who have filled that feedback form, they can leave. Else, please fill the feedback form first. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arvind sir, and thank you so much, Deepak sir, for your gratitude and your kind words. As we come to the close of this remarkable session, I just want to say, dear learners, today was about realizing that you have everything it takes to build your own. Every dream starts small. Every journey begins with a single step. And by choosing online video, you have already taken that step with courage, with clarity, and with commitment. Now it's time to turn that decision into action. We are excited to share that from 10th of April, your formal classes will begin. So hold on to this energy, this inspiration. Now, this is Pooja Barwa wishing you strength, vision, and belief as you begin your journey with us. Let's grow, learn, and rise together. Thank you so much for joining us in this session. I hope you will learn a lot of things from our director, sir, our president, sir, our registrar, sir, and our guest, Harshil Mathur, sir. Thank you so much, everyone.